Lil Wayne.
Let's just
and
talk
Wayne answering.
a little bit about the reporting of this piece. I remember when you were reporting this piece, I kept on getting emails from Devin like, dude, where are you? Yeah, I'm in Miami trying to interview Wayne. Like, what, you've been there for 3 days. Have you interviewed him yet? No. This was not your typical meet a celebrity in a hotel lobby and interview him for an hour and write a piece, was
No,
it?
that's like the best and the worst part of doing a piece about him is that he's totally unable to be controlled even by his own people. Like his record label has no real control over him. You know, they're kind of afraid to tell him about like, well, you have an interview to do today. So when you call yourself a Martian, what do you mean by that?
Just out of here, you know. Some of the best thoughts are thought outside the box. That's all. I'm one of those type of people that live like that. Don't like to think like everybody else. Don't like to try to think like everybody else. Don't like to do nothing everybody else think I'm going to do. Don't like to say nothing everybody else think I'm going to say. That type of thing. Just like to be different. You know, what's more different than a Martian?
But I saw like poking out of the top were like a few crisp $100 bills, a prescription bottle of something, and you know there's a little baggie filled with blunts that had been rolled, and then he had like these like boxes of blunts, and he had
All very neatly laid out. Yes.
He always has three white styrofoam cups stacked together with a lot of ice and codeine. He usually mixes it with Jones soda, Jones cream soda. So tell me what a typical day is like for you if you're a bad hard work.
Me, typical day for me. I have a lighter. A typical day for me. Thank you. I get up and if I'm not on the road or doing something like a photo shoot or something like that, I'm in the studio. I wake up, I get breakfast. I have a great chef. After breakfast, the homies usually come over. We eat breakfast and shit. Once we do that, the same routine every day.
What do you like to eat for breakfast?
Studio. My chef, he makes the same thing every morning, just a full breakfast. That's all.
Eggs.
I believe that a breakfast, it's nothing, so breakfast is breakfast. And you keep it at that, the regular scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, pancakes, sometimes waffles, fruit. You make sure it's everything that you're supposed to get.
He loves horror movies. As he once said to me, the scariest shit is the realest shit. Like, what's your favorite horror movie?
The Sixth Sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of that twist?
Exactly. I'm in school for psychology, so I like all that kind of crazy shit. Make you think. Make you pissed off. Make you see a person like... Some people, I'm sorry, I always say a person like you don't take the reference, no pun intended. But people always be like, watch that movie and be like, scared. I always watch it. When the first time I watched it, I was so pissed off at the end. Like, why the fuck I ain't know this the whole time? Like, I'm that type of dude. Like, fuck the nigga. Like, oh shit, he was the nigga D the whole time. I'm like, how am I stupid? How you not know that? But yeah.
Like, you should have seen it.
Yeah, I should have saw that shit. But that's why it's my favorite movie. That and the one with the little girl. Hide and Go Seek.
I never saw that.
Yeah,
what about like The Grudge or one of those?
Hide and Go Seek. That's with Robert De Niro and what's the little girl name? Dakota Fanning. Yeah.
See, I can't watch Dakota Fanning.
Why?
I don't know. She's just something about her that always bugs me a little bit.
That shit is amazing though, man.
Really?
You gotta watch it, man. There's another one of those type of movies at the end with the twist and all that shit. Yeah.
So you like the plot twist?
Oh, I love it. I be having to keep waiting for the DVD to come out to get the trailer to like go back and see if I was right about little shit. About little shit like Nick. Because they got this scene on that movie, Hide and Go Seek, that we still argue about. To anybody who's ever saw it, I argue about it to them to this day, and nobody don't notice it. I be like, you ever saw the movie? There's a twin or something, and that she has a twin. Dakota Fanning. She has a twin, like, and it's crazy. Nobody never noticed that part. I'm like, dude, she has a twin in the movie. A sick twin. That's why the neighbors are so crazy about her, because they were the parents of the sick twin, and she died. She was an orphan. They were two of them. I get goosebumps talking about it and thinking about it. Like, it's crazy. Whoever thought of that? It's
Dakota
crazy.
Fanning.
He didn't?
People are like, did he offer you weed while you were there? And I'm like, it's not really like that with him. It's not like, hey, let's get high.
Right.
It's like, if someone's a
It's like a
smoker,
bite
they
of
don't
your
offer
sandwich.
you. Right. It's just what he does all day.
Right.
He hates flying because he can't smoke on airplanes. Although then he told me, he's like, officially I can't smoke, but really I can smoke. I've never been on a plane that I didn't smoke on.
You got an idea how many songs you've recorded in your life?
In my life,
No.
I'm quite sure over a million.
Seriously?
Yeah, quite sure. Because I've been recording since I was 11.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. I've been recording, not writing and rapping for people. I've been, Baby and them had me in the studio since I was 11, recording songs. My first album came out when I was 12. So, yeah.
That was amazing.
Feel like
You had a similar experience observing the photo shoot, right? Where it took forever for him to show up. Terry Richardson
Yeah.
taking the insane,
Terry was super
insane
laid back
photographs.
about it.
And he's late, but then once he's there,
He's really, really there, yeah.
right?
He was, I think he was probably 5 or 6 hours late, at least, for the photo shoot. So, I you know, you sort of worry about his health or mental welfare, you know, living the life that he does. So I sort of asked him, you know, like, where are you going to be in 10 years? And he's like, anyone if they tell you that they know where they're going to be in 10 years, they're lying. That's a stupid question. So I was like, okay, if you ran the world, what would it be like?
First of all, I already know men will be able to marry however many, like, I already know they'll be able to marry however many women they want, okay? School would not be optional. It would be mandatory to go to school, 'cause I do not like unintelligent people. It's a pet peeve.
Right.
If you're dumb, you're not around me. So that says a lot about the people that you do see around me, because I hate dumb people.
Right.
And I know it's a bad word, but they have a lot of people that fits that definition.
Yeah.
And I hate them. But other than that, school would be mandatory. Did I mention the men will be able to marry who, like, ain't no limit on that. And you don't have to go through a ceremony
It's
to get married.
It's just it.
No, you're going to have to do something, but just
Right.
not the proper ceremony that we go through today. I think of some cool shit you have to do. Like, actually, I do some realistic shit. I make, to see if you get married, is you go, whatever y'all go through, blah, blah, blah. But that night before you go and marry, the night before you got your bachelor party, she got her bachelorette party, that morning, don't you always feeling different that next morning? Like, man, I don't know if I really want to get married, man. Like, if you can go through it and make it to this certain spot, the church or whatever, that next day you married. Cause
All
some
you gotta
made
do
you
is
say,
show up.
cause some made you say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." You know how I know? Cause I'm gonna do that.
I was
shit.
expecting him to be like, there would be cough syrup in the water fountains.
What does he eat?
Candy.
I mean, literally, just candy and cough syrup and marijuana?
I saw him, like at the photo shoot, he ate like a little steak or something, but he has a serious sweet tooth. He always has like toothaches and stuff. So he has like Oragel on him and like...
Well, the cough syrup isn't. It's
At
not
one
for his
point-
mind. It's for the tooth pain.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
toothaches.
And at one point, he wasn't gonna, like I had planned to go down there for one of the many aborted interviews, and his publicist he had to have mouth surgery. He can't talk for 9 days. But when I was interviewing him, he ate like gummy lifesavers. He ate like 2 packs of those.
That problem, but
He wasn't paranoid, but definitely when the higher he got, like he would start out, he was pretty lucid, and then the higher he got like less lucid. But then at a certain point, it went back. Like he got so high that he wasn't high anymore. His Birdman, the owner of his record company, gave him. First of all, he had like these crazy ice sculptures with $100 bills like frozen into them, and then he gave him a briefcase with $1 million in it for
Literally.
his birthday. Yeah, he told me before. I was like, "What are you going to get Wayne for his birthday?" He's like, $1 million. I'm like, "But isn't it his money anyway?" That's literally gave him $1 million of his own money.
Are there
Here.
artists that Wayne wants to collaborate with?